Hello and welcome back to Diplomacy Hub. Today we'll examine the debate surrounding whether the BRICS countries are a danger or a threat to the rest of the world, exploring the factors that contribute to this debate and the potential consequences for the global economy and international relations. The BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are among the fastest-growing economies in the world, collectively representing around 42% of the global population, 23% of global GDP, and 17% of global trade. Since the group's inception in 2006, BRICS has been seen as a powerful player in the global economy, challenging the dominance of the traditional economic powers of the United States, Europe, and Japan. However, there are concerns among some analysts that the rise of BRICS could pose a threat to the rest of the world. One of the primary concerns about the BRICS countries is their growing economic and geopolitical influence. Some analysts worry that as the BRICS countries become more economically powerful, they may use that power to challenge the existing global order. For example, China's growing economic power has led to concerns about its military expansion and territorial ambitions in the South China Sea. Another concern about the BRICS countries is their approach to human rights and democracy. Critics argue that countries like China and Russia have poor human rights records and are not committed to democratic values. Some worry that the influence of the BRICS countries could undermine the global promotion of democracy and human rights. Moreover, the BRICS countries are seen by some as a potential source of global instability. Russia's actions in Ukraine and China's assertiveness in the South China Sea have raised concerns about the potential for conflict in these regions. Moreover, the BRICS countries are known to have varying foreign policy objectives, which could create conflicts of interest. However, others argue that the concerns about the BRICS countries are overblown. They point out that the BRICS countries are still relatively poor compared to the developed economies of the world, and that their economies are still heavily dependent on exports of natural resources. Moreover, the BRICS countries face significant domestic challenges, including poverty, inequality, and corruption, which could limit their ability to exert global influence. Furthermore, some analysts argue that the BRICS countries could actually be a force for positive change in the world. For example, the New Development Bank, NDB, created by the BRICS countries is designed to provide funding for infrastructure projects in developing countries. This could be a significant boost for global economic development and poverty reduction. In conclusion, the question of whether the BRICS countries are a threat to the rest of the world is a complex and nuanced one. While there are concerns about the economic and geopolitical influence of the BRICS countries, it is important to remember that they still face significant domestic challenges. Moreover, the BRICS countries could be a force for positive change in the world, particularly through initiatives like the NDB. Ultimately, the impact of the BRICS countries on the global economy and geopolitical order will depend on a range of factors, including their approach to human rights, democracy, and foreign policy. As the BRICS countries continue to grow and evolve, it is important for policymakers and analysts to monitor their impact on the global economy and international relations. The BRICS countries could play a significant role in shaping the future of the global economy, and it is essential that their rise is accompanied by a commitment to human rights, democracy, and cooperation with the rest of the world. Ultimately, the BRICS countries are not inherently dangerous or a threat to the rest of the world, but they represent a complex and rapidly evolving challenge for the international community. It is only through careful analysis and dialogue that we can fully understand the implications of the BRICS effect on the world. Thank you for watching this video on the BRICS effect and its impact on the global economy and international relations. If you found this content informative and thought-provoking, please consider liking and sharing it with your friends and colleagues. To stay up to date with the latest developments in the global economy and international relations, please subscribe to our channel. We look forward to bringing you more insightful and engaging content in the future. Thank you again and see you next time.